Hey everybody, Greg Poole here at Bowjunky Media, bowjunkymedia.com. We are here in Cullman, Alabama for the ASA Classic. This is the senior pro shoot down. We have, I'm obviously joined by good friend, Hoyt Pro staffer, Donnie Thacker. What do you think, man?
It's going to be a good one.
This is definitely going to be a good one. Sitting in the lead is the ASA Shooter of the Year and the Senior Pro, Michael Braden. He won that by a mere 50 or so points. In second, Darren Collins at a 409 behind Michael Braden's 416. So that's a 7-point lead. That's pretty stout. Tony Taza at a 405, Bill McCall at a 405, and David Rosenbaum at a 405. So right now, that 7-point lead for most folks, it would just assume that that's going to be a wrap. But Michael Braden, who has obviously won several events this year, did have the one episode there in London.
Yeah, I never heard what happened. I don't know if
he just said he just said he had a come apart. Missed the first one high, then missed the first one low, and just got worried, and then just started dribbling them away. So you know, and he was a consummate pro about it. He absolutely talked about it. You know, followed that up in Metropolis, came in with a lead and never relinquished it. So you know, look, Michael Braden's been doing this a long time, and he is like I said, he's a consummate pro. So he's talked about it. We've did several interviews about it. He actually brought it up today, and so you know, he's aware of it.
That's right. That's the main thing. If you can realize what the problem is, and you can fix it.
Absolutely. So what's going to be interesting in here is Darren Collins, who most people might not realize is one of the most accomplished bow hunters maybe ever
in the world.
It's ridiculous. And so he's won NFA Indoor Nationals. He's been in several shoot downs this year, hasn't quite closed the deal. So it's going to be interesting for Darren right now. He's trailing by 7, leading for second by 4. So Michael Braden shoots the center 10 right off the bat, which is pretty much what you would expect at this point. Because if Darren starts going for a 14 and shoots a 5, the event's pretty much over, and Mike just has to 10 for Darren Collins. But if Darren goes for a 14 and shoots a 5, then basically Michael just needs to center 10 out. So right now it's a matter of Tony Taza with a 10. So right now Michael Braden's basically just going to wait.
That's right.
He's just going to wait and see what Darren Collins does.
Well, there's a pretty tight battle for third. So you got 3 guys tied. They're going to fight amongst themselves, and that's going to give him a place to move himself forward. So.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So we're getting Don backs away. Let's get a second opinion there. And at 8 for Bill McCall. The crowd oohs and ahs there. They thought that was going to get it. But yeah, this is a pretty good position for Michael Braden to be in, and obviously he's learned a lot from that London experience.
Yeah, he sure has.
10 for David Rosenbaum. So pretty much not a whole lot happening on the first arrow right there. Bill McCall shoots the 8 there, but other than that, here we go heading into the second arrow. All right, here we go. This is the second arrow in the Senior Pro, the ASA Classic. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express Arrows. No real moves there. Michael Braden still maintaining a 7-point lead. A bunch of center 10s there. So I think it's probably going to be about time for someone to start making a move here.
Michael looks pretty disgusted there on his face.
Michael Braden not looking super happy with that move, huh? With that shot, I should say. Bill McCall with a 10 on the large deer. And you're right, Don. Donnie, you mentioned that large alert deer looked a little bit shot up there, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that gives somebody an opportunity to aim at 14. Usually you can't see it, and right now you got a marker on it. So
absolutely. 14 for Tony Taza. Tony is not to be slept on. He absolutely has crept into a couple victories this year.
Yes,
he took advantage when Michael Braden slipped a little bit one time, And he's actually, Tony's found himself in darn good positions. Darren with a 12. So there you go. So you're right, the battle is shaping up there for second place. That 14 is pretty much going to change the dynamic there for those guys. 8 for Michael Braid. Well, obviously that's why Michael didn't look too happy there, was it?
Well, that 7-point lead just went to a 3-point lead.
Exactly.
And third is not far behind them.
And an 8 for David Rosenbaum. So things are getting a little bit tight there with that 8 by Michael Braden heading into our third arrow. All right, Donnie, here we go. This is the third arrow in the Senior Pro here at the ASA Classic. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express. Things have got a little interesting here. Michael Braden shot an 8, Tony Taza with a 14, Darren Collins with a 12. So Michael's lead's down to 3 points.
It is a 2-man on your screen right there. They're showing out.
And Michael Braden just with a little bit of a hand gesture there, not looking super pleased with that shot. Reaches up and is giving his windage some clicks. 10 for Bill McCall. Bill McCall's just kind of center 10 and out here. He did shoot that 1-8, but kind of expected him to be a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. On the pronghorn, 10 for David Rosenbaum. Here we go, Michael Braden on the Warthog. Michael Braden did not look happy with this shot. Still catches a 10 on the Warthog. Go ahead.
He's got to be careful here not to let himself get in a rut like he did at London.
Absolutely, and you guarantee he feels Darren and Tony coming up behind him. An 8 for Darren. That's gonna be a little bit of a breath of fresh air there for Michael Braden a little bit. He's just got to see what Tony Taz is doing now. And a 10 for Tony Taza.
We've had quite the mix-up here now. So we have Michael Braden leading still, but we've got Darren Collins and Tony Taza tied at 439.
Absolutely. Things are getting interesting heading into our fourth arrow in the Senior Pro. Here we go, folks. This is the fourth arrow here in the Senior Pro. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express. Michael Braden holding on to his lead, but he's giving a little bit of that back, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what his confidence does right here. He's made 2 shots that he hadn't been very happy with.
Absolutely, 1 for a 10, 1 for an 8. He shaking his head on that one. Michael Braden shaking his head on that, pulling up his binoculars pretty quick. All right, here we go. Darren Collins on the large deer. Longest target. Darren Collins on the deer. 10 for Darren Collins. All right, here we go. Michael Braden on the Cougar going for the upper 12. Michael kind of needs this one because things are getting a little bit tight up there. So let's see what Don and them call this one. And a 10 for Michael Braden. So he's still maintaining that lead, but
still 5 points there. So
one more 14 from Darren or Tony, and things could get interesting again real quick. 10 for Darren. David Rosenbaum, sorry, with the 10. All right, here we go. And a 10 for Bill McCall on the pronghorn. Here we go. Looks like Tony plays the upper 12 game pretty regularly out there. Had some pretty good success with it. Don verifying that he did indeed call the upper 12. Upper 12 for Tony Taza. So that's going to be a little bit of a move there, closing that gap. So now Tony Taza within 3 points of our leader, Michael Braden, heading into our 5th arrow. All right, here we go, Donnie. This is the 5th arrow in the Senior Pro here at the ASA Classic. Things are heating up. That lead of Michael Braden's kind of dwindled down to only 3 points.
Yeah, and Tony is putting himself in a position to do something. He's got a short target here. He's confident. Looks like he makes a good shot from his face.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. This is we got Darren Collins. And 8 for Darren Collins. Looks like he was gunning hard for that one. Missed it out the bottom, Donnie.
Yeah, that'll change things.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, if Tony can hit this one, 12 for Tony Taza.
Wow.
Tony Taza is making moves out there, Donnie.
He's putting the pressure on.
Absolutely. This is things could get pretty interesting here with Michael Braden letting some of that lead slip away. Let's see what we got here. 10 for Bill McCall. All right, let's see here. We got David Rosenbaum on the Black Panther. 14 for David Rosenbaum on the Black Panther. That's the kind of move we're looking for right there. That's the shortest target of the shoot down, so you would think that several of those guys will be going for that.
That took him from 5th and almost out of it, tied to Darren Collins.
Absolutely. 10 for Michael Braden. So here we go. We got one more arrow. Everybody that's within 10 points is going to be coming here. But coming into this last arrow, it's down to a 1-point lead. Michael Braden over Tony Taza heading into our 6th and final arrow. All right, Donnie, here we go. This is the 6th and potentially final arrow of the Senior Pro shoot down here at the ASA Classic. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express. What's it look like over there?
Looks like Bill McCall's gonna end up in 5th place. And then we've got a 7-point difference from 3rd to 1st and only 1 point between 1 and 2.
Yeah, things got a little tight right up there. So let's see what David does here. I mean, he could potentially be in the position to secure probably a 3rd place.
Yes, for sure.
All right, and they are shooting
it's a fist bump.
Little fist pump and some excitement from David Rosenbaum. That's what we're talking about right there. 12 for David Rosenbaum. That's a good shot right there. That's what you do, man. 6th and final arrow. There's no reason to come out here and lay up. So, all right, here we go. This is Darren Collins, who is currently at a 457. So
has to hit a 12.
He has to hit a 12 to stay on the podium.
That's right.
No doubt about it. Really, no opportunity for him to step up into 2nd or 1st place. For all intents and purposes anyway. But right now, Darren Collins is really fighting to stay on the podium is what it is.
That's right. And bonus rings are going to help him do that if he hits a 12 and ties.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we go. Obviously, Darren is accustomed to shooting, under this kind of pressure, both in the field and on the course, of course. I mean, he won the NFA Indoor Nationals here just a couple years ago.
Darren's a great shot.
All right, here we go. Darren Collins, the southpaw out there. Here we go.
No reaction
Looks
from the
like,
crowd.
yep, no reaction. It's quiet as a church mouse out there. So Darren Collins with a 10 for Darren.
That'll put him in 4th place.
That's gonna put Darren Collins in 4th place. All right, here we go. This is the 6th and final arrow in the Senior Pro here at the ASA Classic. Tony Taza's really made the run here. He's within 1 point of Shooter of the Year and our leader, Michael Braden. So Tony Taza is really in the position right here to put some serious pressure on Michael Braden.
That's right. Confidence plays such a big role in this sport. He's on a string of bonus strings, and I look for him to hit another one here.
All right, let's see. Tony Taza always calls upper 12. So we're going to look and we'll wait for Don to get out there and see what we got for a call. 10 for Tony Taza. So heading into leader Michael Braden's final arrow.
Has to be a 10.
He has to hit a 10 to win. Shooter of the Year and Senior Pro leader Michael Braden has to hit a 10 to win. All right, here we go, Donnie. This is your leader, Michael Braden, Senior Pro Shooter of the Year at the Cullman, Alabama ASA Classic. All Michael Braden needs here is a 10 to win this event. Obviously, this has been what he's been working for this entire time. Winning Shooter of the Year dominantly like he did. You would expect that at this point. He looks pretty happy with that shot.
He does.
Let's see what Don has to say. And a 10, and Michael Braden is your 2017 ASA Classic Senior Pro Champion. All right, we're here with your 2017 ASA Classic Senior Pro Champion and your 2017 Senior Pro Shooter of the Year for the ASA. You made that a little bit more exciting than what a lot of folks were hoping for.
I was feeling like London right there for a little while. It's like, oh, slow. I got to stop this train wreck here pretty quick. Not sure what was going on out there. No doubt, man, there's a lot of weight out here, and I mean, it's tough for all of them. And when you see the guys out here pounding good shots, you gotta be impressed with that, no doubt. So there's a lot of heat, Did the best I could. Had a couple go left on me. Wasn't real sure with that. I spun the dial and then hit a couple clicks right and moved it back. So not sure what it was. No doubt. I'm sure it's me just being a little tight. But the Warthog felt really good, and it barely caught a 10 left. So that one made me spin the dial. But I couldn't be happier, man. What an awesome year. I think I come off out of the 6 shoots. I came off the round, off the course in the lead 5 times. And only won 3, So 3. I guess I'm batting. I'm improving on my odds, anyways.
Absolutely, congratulations! Great year for you this year in your Senior Pro debut, and congratulations.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks for everything. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Bowjunky and all the fans. Thanks everybody at home. Thanks all my sponsors. I couldn't do it without any of you guys. Thank y'all.
Nice job, bud.